Welcome to 2016 in Behind the Sofa, starring me, Lewis Moon.
And me, D Cool.
Roll new titles.
Welcome
to today's episode, the first episode of 2016. Happy New Year. Well, probably it's 9 days into the new year by the time this is out.
Probably. It takes us a while to edit them normally,
Yes.
doesn't it? So we're back to doing our recorded behind the sofas rather than our
Yes.
live ones, for the time being at
For
least.
the time being, yes.
So what are we reviewing on this week's show?
Logopolis, the final Fourth Doctor episode
Yeah.
to start off the year.
Fantastic. So should we just jump straight into it? Do you want to start off with your synopsis? I did that clap your hands thing that you always do then.
No, you did.
Yeah.
We haven't done a Tom Baker figure home this year.
We haven't.
For ages.
Maybe we got some of those to look forward to later on in the year. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
So, the Fourth Doctor is warned of his own demise, but must save the universe from the Master. It all begins with a trip to Earth when he meets a new companion, Tegan, but a new companion is the least of his troubles. As the Doctor battles with the Master, his death draws closer.
Ooh. See, that sounds intriguing, doesn't it?
Yes.
The thing about this episode is, I obviously remember it from the first time round, being that bit older than you, what with me being your dad and everything.
Yeah.
This is probably the earliest episode that I can remember.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, I know that I watched episodes before them because I've been watching Tom Baker for a long time.
Did you watch it live?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I can remember it really clearly, the whole
In
Regeneration episode.
1981.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously I'm older than that, but so I was watching Doctor Who for quite a long time before then, but I don't actually physically remember any episodes before this one.
Yes.
So, how do we want to crack on with this then? Do we want to leap straight into our usual questions?
Yes.
That we ask?
So
different year, but same questions.
yes, different theme tune, different year,
Yeah.
different things.
Same sofa.
Same sofa.
Mhm.
Maybe in 10 years' time it would have changed.
Maybe.
Maybe this Behind the Sofa will still be lasting then. Depends what lies for the future of Earth.
It does indeed.
Maybe it'll be in hologram form.
So, what are the usual questions that we
So,
tease the viewership with?
do you know what series this is? It's
I
a
don't.
quiz.
I haven't got
For
the
you,
fullest.
I'm not
Obviously, I know who the Doctor is and things, but I don't know what number that is in the series.
I'm not answering it. You have to answer it by the end of the show.
Do I? Can I make a guess?
Yes.
Okay. I reckon it's going to be about series 14.
No. Don't. You have to.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop back to this throughout the show.
Was I close or not?
Not really.
No. Okay.
I
know nothing.
I'm gonna pop back to that later on in different points of the show to see how far through the show you actually know which season it is.
Okay. Well, now that you've humiliated me in front of the universe, perhaps we can crack on and answer some questions. So, what do we want to ask ourselves this time?
So, which Doctor is this?
Well, it's very obvious. It's my favourite Doctor. My Doctor, as I would say.
Yes.
It's Tom Baker.
Yes, your first. And you love every episode with Tom Baker in.
I'm sure there probably are some duff ones, but there's something about Tom Baker and his whole style that even the not so good episodes are really watchable.
I mean, the later era gets a bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you take one like The Leisure Hive, which isn't a great story as such.
We have done a behind the sofa on that.
We have, and it's currently bottom of the chart, isn't it?
It is. Yes.
So, but yeah, it's a Tom Baker episode. So yes.
Yes. Oh yes.
So, what next? What else do you want to ask?
Companions.
Well, it's an interesting one, this, isn't it? Because
Yes.
we've got some long-running companions in that we've got Adric.
Yeah.
We've got I've got the name now,
Nissa.
Nissa, and we also are introduced for the first time ever
Tegan.
to Tegan.
And Tegan plays quite a major part in Doctor Who because she's in it for the majority of
Mhm.
Peter Davidson's era.
Yep, and this is the only episode she got to feature with Tom Baker.
Yes.
So, which
sadly.
in itself actually is quite odd, isn't it? That you get a new companion starting in a Doctor's final episode.
Yeah, maybe they just wanted a fresh start.
But it's quite an interesting one as well, the way it sort of kicks off. I really like the opening scenes when she's first trying to get to the aeroplane or whatever, and she's
Yeah.
travelling with her auntie, is it? Was it?
Aunt Vanessa,
Yeah. Yeah, I really like those bits. Although she's a little bit annoying, isn't she, Tegan?
She
but
is.
but there's something quite likeable about her as well. She's actually quite a good companion, albeit she's fairly whingy.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the companions.
Yes.
Out of interest, of those three, Adric, Tegan, and Nissa, who's your favourite?
Don't make me decide. I hate all of them.
You don't
well,
hate them that much, do you?
Tegan's annoying. Adric's annoying, and Nissa's pointless. So
It's definitely. I guess it's probably one of the. Do you think it's perhaps a sort of a low ebb in companions?
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably have to say Tegan,
Yeah.
even though I don't really like her.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's very. She certainly wouldn't fit into the style of what you get with the new Who companions, would she?
No.
So should we crack on to the next question?
Yes. So, what's the format?
The format is. I'll let you answer this. I think I know. But
Four-parter. Four.
that's probably.
Which
Which is probably the most common of formats. Probably the most common of formats, isn't it, really?
Yes.
For this period of time. Okay, and on to the main questions then.
Yes, so best baddie.
Okay, so who do we have in terms of baddies in this one? I mean, the key one is probably the Master.
Yes.
It's one of a number of Master episodes that were around that period of time.
We had Keeper of Tracker. What period?
That sort of towards the end of Tom Baker.
Yeah, we had Keeper of Tracker and this one.
Mhm.
That's the end of Tom Baker ones.
Yeah.
Deadly Assassin is also in Tom Baker's.
I'm trying to think because this one after this episode, the first one with Peter Davidson is
Castrovalva.
Isn't that a Master one
Yes.
as well? Yeah. So it sort of follows on, doesn't it, in terms of the Master things. The Master is quite prominent.
It's like a trilogy.
Hmm.
The Keeper of Tracker, Logopolis and Castrovalva, they all follow on from each other.
Yeah. So I think probably it'd have to be the Master. I mean, the interesting thing on this one is that the Master, whilst he's the baddie, for periods of time has to work with the Doctor, doesn't he?
Yeah.
In order to achieve what they need to achieve.
And I like that.
I actually, to a certain extent, you had that a little bit in Series 9, didn't you? With the way that...
They were more friends than enemies, the
Hmm.
Doctor and Missy in
Yeah.
Magician's Apprentice.
Yeah.
Which is familiar.
Although she obviously had that really evil edge to her, didn't she? But it's quite
and
similar.
The bit with Clara when she's
Yes.
in the Dalek.
Yeah, and it's a little bit like that here, isn't it? Really, it's if I remember rightly, it's the Doctor. Sorry, it's the Master's fault that everything
Yes.
goes a little bit crazy. They then work together to try and solve the problem, and right at the end, the Master betrays the Doctor again, doesn't he?
Again.
So it's a similar sort of format to what happened in Magician's Apprentice,
Yes.
which is familiar in many ways.
Similar.
So that's my best baddie. Probably yours as well, I would imagine.
Yes, it is mine. I don't think there are any more.
No. Okay.
Not any ones I can point out.
What do you think? What are the best bits in the story?
Well, the obvious bit is the regeneration moment.
It is probably one of the classic regenerations, actually.
It
isn't
is,
it?
yes.
Probably not only because of the actual regeneration itself, but the whole thing with the Watcher,
Yes.
which sort of pans out throughout the whole of the story, isn't it?
That is good.
She's there.
Flash up a picture of the Watcher now.
Okay. So not only does he feature in some of the early parts of the story, where Tegan and the Doctor are first introduced, but obviously it turns out in the end that he's effectively is the Doctor.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'd agree.
twist.
That's really good. Even the bit when the Doctor falls as well. It's just quite an exciting last section.
Yes. So other best bits are the Doctor and Master's face off.
What do you think about that then? What do you like about that?
What, the ending?
Yeah,
the bit at the end with the telescope and everything. I really like that bit.
Yeah. I'll tell you the other thing I really like.
What?
I actually like the whole look and feel of Logopolis.
Yes.
And those weird looking guys that live there.
Oh yeah. With the beards.
Yeah. I quite like those, they're quite good. And it's quite sad as well, isn't it? The fact that everything that they've worked towards is basically destroyed.
Yeah.
It's a sad moment for me. Any other...
Are you crying?
No, no. It is a sad moment for me. Any other thoughts on it as well? I mean, I've got one other favourite bit that I can think of.
Oh, the miniature characters.
Yeah.
In the car.
Yeah. So near the beginning, when the Master first comes into it, and he's shrinking people, isn't he, basically?
Yes.
And includes within that.
No, I don't want that.
He includes within that. He shrinks down the ante, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a good bit. I like that. So it's quite creepy in many respects.
It is in the little car, in the big car, the little man characters.
Yeah. And there's a policeman as well, isn't he? There's the policeman.
Yeah.
And it's also got that because there's the great bit where sort of in that first episode where the TARDIS materialises over the top of the Master's TARDIS.
Yes.
Yeah, which is quite good. So what's the next question, Sarah?
So the next question, best supportive cast member.
When we were preparing our notes for this episode of Behind the Sofa, we ummed this a little bit, didn't we? And we were struggling to really think of a supporting cast member other than the Master, played by
Anthony Ainley.
So, how does Anthony Ainley fit in with you to your favourite Masters and Misses?
Somewhere near the middle.
Yeah?
Maybe, yeah.
It's funny because of the sort of age when I was growing up, I guess he's probably the one I remember the most. So if I was to draw...
I think Roger Delgado is first, Michelle Gomez, then him.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that.
Then Mangleface Master, then Derek Jacobi Master, then what's he?
What about Sims?
Oh no, no, the mangly faced one, Sim, Jacobi Master, and Movie Master last.
Yeah, I didn't like the Movie Master. He didn't really capture the essence of the Master, but
No.
but Anthony Ainley does, doesn't he?
Yes.
Anthony
Ainley.
Ainley. What I was going to say was if I was to draw the Master, that's probably the one that would immediately come into my head, just because that was the one I grew up with.
I think Roger Delgado for me, even though I didn't grow up with him. Even you didn't grow up with him.
I didn't know. In fact, he probably died before I was born or thereabouts, didn't he?
Yeah, he died in 19... He can't have died before you were born because he was in Doctor Who whilst you were...
Okay, but yeah, probably right.
In 1971, so in the year that you were born.
But there or thereabouts, I wouldn't have remembered it because I would have been a toddler. What other questions have we got?
Best part, what do you think?
So we've got 4 parts. We might differ on this one, I think, don't we?
Yeah.
I really like the first part.
I really like the fourth part.
So what I really like about the first part is I like Tegan's introduction. I like all the stuff with the miniature things. I like the whole bit with the TARDIS landing on top of the other TARDIS. And I love the introduction of the Watcher. Just a sort of quite a creepy edginess to it.
I just like the conclusion of the story, the Regeneration. It's just classic episode, the last part, and it sums it all up.
But you've also got that fact that it's a sad moment in many respects because you know that you got no more Tom Baker.
No.
We have to wait all these years to the creator till we get to get Tom Baker again, unless we've been listening to Big Finish audios.
Yeah.
So, what else?
That's the last of our.
That's the last of the questions. So, in terms of where does it sit in terms of? So, if we what we usually do around now is we have a look at where the episode is rated in the Doctor Who magazine.
Yes.
Because that does its periodic sort of top to bottom list, doesn't it?
Yes, it
so
does.
In the last one of those, which is probably a year and a bit ago now.
Yeah. It was. Well, almost 2 years now.
Okay. So where did this sit then at that point?
It was 62nd.
So actually, that's not bad, is it? That's fairly high up.
Yes.
How does it look in our own charts? We can probably start showing them up on the screen now. They're probably like that, going up and down as we speak.
Shum.
Where is it for you?
16.
Mhm. Out of the 16 that we've done on Behind the Sofa.
At the 16 we've done so far on Behind the Sofa, I've got it 10.
And I've got it 11th.
Yes.
Which is odd, really, because if I was to think of if I was to list all of the Doctor Who's from beginning to end that I've seen, it would be nearer the top than the bottom, but it's nearer the bottom of my chart. But I think that's because it's quite top heavy with some really good season 9 episodes that we've seen.
Like Zygon Invasion.
Yeah, I think
Version.
over time it will sort of balance out a little bit more. But so at the moment it's 11th.
Did you say you preferred it or didn't prefer it? You know, audience, than Woman Who Lived
Logopolis.
and Girl Who Died.
Do I prefer it than those? In a way, I'm not sure I can really answer it. I'll have to think about it a little bit more. In a way, yes. But I really like the dialogue and everything, particularly in The Woman Who Lived.
Yes.
I just think that's super. I love the character play in that, and the sorts of things I like best are long, story, chatty, talky, thingies.
You can't add any more talkative words at the end of that.
You can't.
No.
And that probably brings us to the end of this first 2016 Behind the Sofa review.
It's probably a bit shorter than...
It may be. We could just dance around for a while. I don't think we need to dance around a bit.
No.
What's likely to be the next review we do on Behind the Sofa? Any ideas?
Upcoming reviews. We've got to finish our reviews of Series 9. We've still got Face the Raven, Heaven Sent, Hellbent and Husbands of River Song.
We have indeed. We must be getting quite close to doing our Genesis of the Daleks review, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Let's hope so.
I'm not
looking forward for that
quite
one.
sure at what's coming next time in our classic reviews.
But no doubt we'll be enjoying it, sat on the sofa, and enjoying talking to you, our viewership.
Yes. So, other videos, probably it's out by the time you've watched it. You're watching this. But we are planning on doing a Sherlock, The Abominable Bride review. And I will...
Well, should be.
If
Right
it's
here.
out yet.
If it's out yet. It'll be linked here.
And
if not, I'll just be pointing my fingers in the air for no reason.
And that will be the one I'm about to watch in a few minutes. Then down... this is complicated. Down there somewhere will be our review of Sleep No More.
Okay.
On the Behind the Sofa.
And just for kicks, really, you can also see the latest podcast here.
It depends. It will probably be the episode 141. Yes.
There we have it. Thank you very much for watching us.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Goodbye. However late this is out. Goodbye. Thank you for watching Behind the Sofa. Make sure to subscribe for more Doctor Who videos and lots more. We will be back for another video soon. So, keep watching, keep subscribing, and keep loving Who. Goodbye!